just can't see it.
That's off of Moffett.
Okay.
Yeah, right here, right down the hill here.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. It's 5:01. Let's call the work session of the Planning Commission to order. Could we get roll call, Jeffrey?
Yeah. Commissioner Byrd.
Here.
Commissioner Davenport.
Here.
Councilmember Joyce. Commissioner Lovelady.
Here.
Commissioner Lowry.
Here.
Commissioner McCullough. Commissioner Turk.
Here.
Commissioner Whitehead.
Here.
And Chairman Turner.
No one signed up for citizen comments?
No.
Okay. Let's move on to items for discussion. We have no zoning cases. We also have no subdivision cases. Moving to the next item, we have a waiver application WA 22-02 Nolan, and Jeffrey's going to go over that for us.
Okay, this is some waiver request. That's what I know. Some of y'all question what does WA stand for. It's waiver application 2202. Applicant is Lynn Nolan. A little background, the applicant is requesting 3 different waiver requests. The subdivision regulations do not allow for a subdivision on a private road, and the proposed lots must have at least 100 foot of road frontage on a publicly maintained road and minimum lot size. The applicant is proposing a private road development with lots as large as 5.65 acres. To approve a waiver, the commission must find that it is an extraordinary hardship and will not have any adverse effect on the adjacent property owners or future property owners. Waiver will be voted on at the regular session, and if approved, applicant will proceed with survey plat. And this is on Moffett Road. If you're headed east to City Hall, it'll be on the south side of Moffett Road.
That's the lake you see from up.
If you're heading west
Yeah.
from here, it's west from here.
Be on the left.
Yeah, on the left-hand side if you're headed west from here. It's 18 lots. Smallest lot is 0.37 acres, and largest lot is 5.65 acres. Proposed waivers: private road subdivision, minimum 100-foot frontage, and half-acre lots. All required documents and fees have been submitted, and this falls in the planning jurisdiction. And this is the aerial map.
You can see the diamond shape there, when that is not yellow, that's the property.
On Moffett Road.
It'll be
Right.
this piece, and then this piece is where you come off.
Is there an easement there, or that actual road will be the easement? Jason?
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
He'll have both of these lots right here,
Okay.
and that road will run in between those two.
So those are connecting, those lots are connecting to the bigger lot.
Gotcha.
And I'll
But you're still probably you're gonna need a little easement.
That's
to do
right,
that
that's
piece of
correct,
property,
yeah, that's
'cause-
right, that's right, that's right.
Mr. Nolan,
Yes, sir.
do you have anything you'd like to add to what Jeffrey and Jason have said? They covered it pretty well.
That's, no, they covered it pretty well, yes, sir. I mean, it's.
We're going to have questions here in just a
Okay, yes,
second.
Dylan, I'd like to say something. I just want to reiterate that this is one of those scenarios that we're just bringing prior to subdivision application. This is waivers only. Before he goes out and spends a ton of money on civil engineering, he wants to run this by us to get feedback and to get approval on this waiver application. I would suggest that y'all ask any questions that you might have, and that'll give him information to know whether, where y'all stand pretty much. I know y'all can't tell him what to do or how to do it, but at least he can get, based off your questions and comments, he can get a feel for what's gonna, happen in a couple of weeks.
I have a question for Mr. Nolan.
The
road.
Dylan.
Yeah, let me
I'm
go
sorry,
around.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm sorry.
You're good. Are you done, Jeffrey?
I know. I'm still new. Give me a pass.
if I can zoom out, I was going to.
Me too.
This thing's being crazy. I was just going to show you the layout of what he's proposing. Oh, it's not wanting me to zoom out. But I'll just try to show you from here. He got these 3 lots that are up here by 98. He's proposing a common area on that north parcel, and then he'd have these 2 as the other lots, and these 2 would be the less than half-acre lots. and then you've got that road that comes in here. And then this lot is the biggest lot, 5.65 acres. And then,
Let's scroll down.
I was wondering how that was moving.
Would you wanna pass this around? I brought one.
I got,
Or did you get?
I printed off some of it.
Okay, all right.
So.
All right. Am I
And
good?
then you'd have these two flag-shaped lots on each side. They'll run back here to these larger lots in the back.
How wide the road gonna be?
18 foot.
18 feet?
You good, Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go to questions and comments. Commissioner Loveland?
I'm not ready yet, but can I see
Okay.
the
Yeah,
bottom
we'll
under
start.
the,
What now?
is that more,
It's kind of hard to see.
That's where it stops, this line right here stops. That's the edge of it. Of lots 15, 14,
What does
10.
so
that
did any of those face a roadway where?
Yeah, it's got the flag-shaped lot running up to that road.
They're actually, the lot touches the road, but it doesn't have frontage other than that 25 feet.
Yeah. It'd have frontage on this road, and it's, the lot line starts here, so the property starts here and comes back to this lot, and then this one comes back to this lot.
Jason, go all the way down to the bottom. I have a question for Jeffrey. What's that subdivision or street that's at the very bottom there that those are gonna back up to?
Shenandoah.
Shenandoah, okay, okay.
And then you got white stones over here.
Right, okay.
Commissioner Davenport?
Okay. Coming in, the two lots facing Moffett,
17 and 18.
those are gonna be residential? Okay. I'm
No,
sitting
we
there
thought about
going,
that
I
too.
don't see that.
No, we're not gonna be residential.
Okay.
They're already commercial, they're just gonna stay that way.
I just couldn't wrap my head
Yes,
around
ma'am.
that being residential, so
Right.
that's
No,
why
no,
I
no.
asked for clarification.
Right.
Thank you. Okay, now bring me back down into the subdivision. When you say the flagship lot, what you mean is there's gonna be a road down next, some form of egress and ingress
Yeah.
to the back lots down
Right.
there.
It's just their
Okay.
property line starts at that road.
Okay, because you're gonna split the difference, right?
That's right.
Of the ingress and egress path,
That's right.
road, whatever you wanna call it, okay. Alright. Just making sure I understand. Now, are you planning on a homeowners association
That's
to
correct.
upkeep?
That's
Okay.
correct.
I don't know if we said this, but you're planning on paving this, right?
That's correct.
Paving up to the city standards.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be 18 foot wide, brand new asphalt, blacktop, you know,
Okay.
gravel, road in there.
Curbing?
No, it will be curved. It'll
Okay,
be
cause you
sheet flow.
don't, because the city's not gonna ever maintain
That's
those,
correct,
right?
yeah, that's
Okay, so
correct.
to.
It's a private.
Right.
It's a private.
It'll
road.
strictly be done by the homeowners association. Oh, Lord,
You good?
for now.
Okay, we'll come back. Commissioner
Thank you.
Whitehead?
My question is, go back, scroll down so I can see the lake there. Or back up, I'm sorry. That road that's coming in off Moffett, Glen, is that the dam? Is that going over the dam
Oh,
in
no,
between the
no,
small?
no, we won't travel over the dam. It'll come down and just follow around. And then they used that road a long time ago, you know, but it won't be. But no, it won't.
I guess my question is, it looks like the road is on top of the dam and maybe it just misconstrued the way I'm looking at it. That's not the dam actually.
Talking about this right here?
Yeah, that's not the dam.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a spillway right here.
Okay,
There's
okay, that was my
there's just
question.
a pipe that flows from this lake down to this lake.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, so it does come out. I thought you were talking about right here.
No.
Yeah, because they used to travel this to get to the house.
I got you.
And so, but yeah, there's just a spillway right here. So I'll have to widen all this, because I think it's like 12 foot wide now. There's some asphalt in there now, but it'll all have to come up and be compacted and all that stuff.
Okay. What about, utilities? Are they gonna be above ground or underground?
Well, there's already power in there, okay, that goes all the way through the property. So what we'll probably do is come off the line and go underground to all the houses.
And I may be jumping ahead of myself if I am, just ignore me. My concern would be, that may not be the right word, just forget what I said, runoff. Have you considered that, or is that something you're gonna be working on once we get past this phase?
Right, that's
Because of the
correct, that's
lakes.
correct, yeah, so that's what, the engineer, we've all worked, this property all slopes from here down.
Right.
So everything would just flow And we would run in calculations that he said if the calculations to where everything goes, with the impact of this, if we create more water that's gonna, we would just raise the level of this lake.
So will that be it?
Or drop it, I'm sorry, drop it a little bit.
Would that be considered a catch pond?
That's correct, yes, sir, yeah.
Okay.
So that's where all the natural water
Right.
goes now.
Okay. That's all I have.
Commissioner Byrd? Commissioner Louder?
Where the road comes in, where the property comes squeezes there,
Yes, sir.
how wide is that gonna be?
It'd be 25 foot right there.
25 foot?
Yes, sir.
And the roads are,
Be
the road itself is gonna be
18 foot wide.
18 foot
Yes.
wide.
We'll come back around one more time, Mr. Byrd. Mr. Lauer. I got a couple questions referring to the waivers themselves. The first one being the two lots that are actually on 98, the ones that are below the half acre. Are they already two separate lots now, or is that one lot? Or is it all one parcel together?
That's all one parcel together, I think. I think it's just one parcel together. Right.
Just a question that's more rhetorical than anything, but have you
It's
looked at what it would look like to leave those as one parcel, one lot up on the front, rather than splitting it in half? Just a
Yeah.
thought.
Just a thought, yeah, and we discussed that before we kind of roughed it out, and we said, well, if we wanted to put another building there for, say, two more, like, there's a hairdressing place in there, and then there's a couple other things in the one building, what I mean? And so, or if somebody come along and says, hey, I'd like to have, X, Y, Z for a business there, I think that was the only reason why we kind of made it a lot. Now, I don't know whether we just disregard that and then come back later if somebody, and that's just something, that we're open to suggestions for that, so.
The common area and lot 17 are combined as one, but the lot 18 is already by itself.
Say that again?
The common area
Yeah.
and lot 17, it's one lot right now, and then lot 18 is already by itself.
Existing.
Yeah, it's
That's what's
existing.
So it's already divided. is what
Right,
you're
so,
saying.
yeah, so this right here, so my thought was right here, we wanted to make a nice kind of common area with some big tables and pavilions and stuff for the people in the community to be able to have a place that they could ride their golf carts up here and park, and then they could access this lake, and then they could access this lake as well. So we didn't want to stick a house here, we just gonna make a common area, that's basically what that would be.
What about the common area on Moffett? That's the one Jeffrey's talking about,
Yeah.
the top common area, all the way up to the right,
Yeah.
when you're going in?
Yeah, I don't know why he labeled that as common area.
Will that be actual lot?
Well, that was what our thoughts were, would actually be a lot. But, like I said, that's not anything that's, we could address that at a later date if we wanted to, if we had somebody that came and wanted to do something there, you know what I mean?
So that would end up being 3 lots that are below the half
So-
acre.
That's right, so this is actually one piece here, which there's a structure here, and then there's nothing here, and then there's nothing there. And that drive, is existing there.
All right, my next question, Jeffrey, could you scroll down to the back lots? It's concerning the flagpole themselves. What is the actual frontage of the pole that those back lots have on the drive?
Should be 25.
Yeah, I think it's 25, each flag is 20.
Each
pole
flag is 25, yeah. Mhm.
And what's the requirement on the flagpole?
If it's less than 1 acre, if it's less than 1 acre, it's 60 foot. If it's over 1 acre, it's 100 foot.
Question if it's through.
Oh, yes, sir, go ahead.
Isn't that supposed to be a cul-de-sac? Or those?
There's a distance requirement. As long, what is it, Jeffrey? I think if you have another lot that you're trying to reach, it has to be a cul-de-sac, but as long as they can back in.
He's got
That's right. Yeah,
he's got that hammerhead
We've
right
got the
here.
hammerhead right there. Yeah.
That's considered a hammerhead, which is, you can do a hammerhead in lieu of a cul-de-sac.
So where it is into these lots right there,
Yeah,
I was thinking it had to be a cul-de-sac there.
yeah, but you can, as long as he can come in and back out, that's considered a hammerhead.
Are you referring to this right here, sir?
Right.
Okay,
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, so no, this is actually coming onto this 3.7 acre lot. Okay, so this property goes all the way to this road up here.
Right.
That's the property there.
I have questions.
Yes.
How would fire be able to access, like, would they have easy access to those lots because of the way that the angle is? I mean, would they?
Yeah, so this is gonna, it's actually gonna be, this is gonna be the whole width of the road, okay? It'll be the whole width, so it'll be 50 foot here, okay? For them to come down. This is just showing the property and the easement.
So they're gonna have a shared access.
They're gonna have a shared access, so there'll be a 50 foot, so there won't be a line right in the middle of the 50 foot with a fence or anything, so the fire station truck can come right down the thing. I done a development over at Spring Hill, and we only had to, for the fire, we only had to have 14 foot.
With it not being like a like city maintained, what if a property owner decided that they wanted to put a fence up the middle of it?
Well, that would have to be handled in my covenants and restrictions that I would have to write up. They, you know, you can't block the access of that drive. I just tried to take this piece and I tried to maybe bring something to Semmes that's not here right now, instead of, you know, a bunch of, you know, and give people, I custom build houses, and so that's what people want, is some bigger lots. And so, you know, when this piece came to me, that's what, you know, we were working on trying to get, to see if we could work it out.
Any more questions?
I think so.
We'll go back around, Commissioner Davenport.
I'm gonna be the tree hugger here. You're not planning on clear cutting all this stuff, are
There
you?
ain't hardly no trees
Yeah,
there.
not hardly-
I know,
hardly
but you do
trees
have
there.
some of them are.
Right, that's on the
But we're-
common areas, it looks like.
Yeah, but we're not gonna clear cut, are we? Okay.
No. No, there's not a whole lot of trees there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The only thing that would take down would be where we're going
Where
to
you're
the
gonna
road.
build, yeah, and do
And
the
then
road, yeah.
wherever we would build, yeah.
Commissioner Whitehead.
Or will the roads, I know you said you're gonna maintain them, they're all gonna be paved, or will they be gravel once they get past, I guess mainly the flag poles here, I guess is what
No,
we're.
the flags that would probably be gravel.
Okay.
But
I'm
the
just
main
curious.
road going in would be blacktop.
Okay,
Good.
all right.
Commissioner Byrd.
Hmm.
Commissioner Lowry.
Yeah, he said that.
All right, hearing no other questions, we're gonna move on. Thank you for your
Okay.
time. Thanks for coming in.
Okay.
The next thing on the agenda is comprehensive plan draft discussion.
You wanna do it? Okay. I'll just give a little update. I know Ms. Byrd, you have that copy of the comp plan? This is something, I know I showed some of y'all at the regular session that was here. If you wanna pass this around. That's the copy that we have so far. We had a staff meeting last month, with all the department heads, and they kinda gave their feedback and input, and some additions too. So it's still a work in progress. We still have some chapters to go. But that's what we have so far. Also, our next chapter that we're doing is transportation, land use. So we're gonna have to come up with a land use map. What me and Samara talked about was kind of like we did with the zoning ordinance. Had it posted in the safe room behind the fire facility, and y'all can stop by. We'll set a specific date, maybe one day next week. Set a specific date, and you can come by. Not Tuesday, but you'll be able to come by, and I'll have some colored pencils or something, and you color in just areas. It's not down to specific parcels, But it's just areas, business areas, residential areas, industrial areas, stuff like that. So we're going to get that going. Hopefully one day next week I'll print out some large blank maps, and y'all can stop by one day.
And just to kind of add to that, that meeting, if we can't do it next week, it's okay, but we want as much participation as we can from everyone. We could potentially have the department heads back again if that's, necessary. But we do want your input on the land use chapter. The draft that's circulating right now is a working draft. We're gonna be adding more information, more graphics to that particular document, and I hope to have an updated version of that for you next week so that you can kind of see where we are. From here on out, I hope to just keep building on what we have as we approach the deadline, which is September. And so it is a hard deadline, late September, to satisfy the grant, but we can amend after the grant deadline. So we want to be done, like I told Jeffrey, we don't want to give them something that's completely different from what we've stopped with, but we want to be close to something that we like. So that's going to be kind of the next things.
And you said you will send me something, and I can
Yes,
send that
I'll
to
try
them?
to send you something next week, for
Okay.
sure.
Thank you. What
That's
else?
it.
Okay. All right, well, that's everything on the agenda. So if no one has any other business, we are adjourned.
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. At
5:23.
5:23.
Hey, Jason.